It's 4 a.m.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I
Good morning. Oh, oh my god. It's 1:09 p.m. I woke up so late because, as you can see, I woke up I woke up so late because I slept so late last night, but I'm ready for the day.
Your sovereign hand will be my guide. My feet may fail and fear surrounds me. You've never failed, and you won't stop now. So I will call upon your name.
Hi guys. Yo girl, woke up with a pimple today. Can you see this? It's because of sleeping late.
So I just want to explain what happened. It's every time that there's a courier to pick up all the orders that I have to stick a sticker on it, right? But then the house doesn't have a signal, so I have to wait someone to call me so I can be sure that it's for my package. And my mom always loves to rage every morning. The moment that I just woke up, she loves to nag and say everything that I do is wrong or whatever I'm starting to do is wrong. And this is why I got triggered, and because I am assessing my feelings. It's just I'm sensitive these days. And so I decided to do journal to write down whatever I'm feeling so I could let it out and acknowledge whatever I'm feeling, because every time that I just stop or not think about it, it just gets bottled up inside. Like someone once told me that the role of the parents in our lives is to really scold us and remind us of what's the best that we can do to ourselves. But it's just so hard when the way that they deliver the message is always just angry at the simple things. And this is what I hate about. Like, just placing the spoon in a mug, not in the way that she wants or the way that my mom wants. She gets mad at it. And that's why I always tell my friends that the pressure that I feel every day comes from the house. And that's hard because other people get the support from their house. But for me, it's like I always feel burdened here. Like, I try to look at it in a different way, but I just always end up wrong in this house. That's why I don't even try anymore to explain myself to them, because they just perceive the things on how they want it to be.
And to be honest, it's so hard to push yourself to feel a certain way. But I think that's the only way to fight whatever you're feeling, because if you don't take control of it after you release it, you'll just continue to be like that the whole day. And I believe that taking control of your mind and your feelings is discipline to yourself. And that's why I choose to stop crying and just move on to the other thing. But it doesn't mean that I didn't acknowledge that trigger, because writing it down made me feel a bit better. And that's why I think everyone suggests to do journaling.
Even if I just want to continue with the background music, I don't think I want to ignore the fact that the trigger happened, and I want to educate you on how you can recognize a trigger. So, what is a trigger? A trigger is any word, person, event, or experience that touches off an immediate emotional reaction. Our reactions to emotional triggers often last longer than other emotions. Not all triggers are negative though. So, you'll feel triggers are actually feeling self conscious, comparing yourself to others, or feeling controlled, such as when someone is making decision for us, taking advantage of, like when somebody fails to pay you loan, or disrespecting your boundary. And then you can also be vulnerable, feeling exposed to an environment, or fear just of what can happen. So normally, this is how it works. The trigger, your reaction, and the resource. So with enough practice or acknowledging of the trigger, it can be just the trigger and the resource, and you won't have the reaction anymore. Disclaimer before I continue, I just researched this on my own, and I suggest you go to therapy if you're going through so much more. What I notice with myself is that every time that I feel the triggers, they just remind us of the traumas in our past. Sometimes it's just your body that's scared that, oh, this is gonna happen again, or this is happening again. So it doesn't mean if it happened today, tomorrow when you see that person or something reminds you of that event, you won't feel the same. That's why you get triggered. So we can train ourselves to stop whenever it happens and tell ourselves that, yes, this is happening. What is going on with me? So with that, number one, you are acknowledging of what you are feeling. And then second, of course, when what is going on with me, you are seeking the source of what you're feeling. And third is the most important part. Before, I used to fight this one. That's why I usually last the whole day of feeling bad about the situation. So don't fight the inner voice. You just let your ego calm down, take a break, and do the things that you love. But of course, you acknowledge everything that's like me in this video. Like you saw me crying, and that's me acknowledging. And then seeking the source is me writing down everything, and then I didn't fight the inner voice and told myself to stop. That's why number 4, I think you need to practice showing your emotion whenever something happens. Like just tell the person that, hey, this is not fine with me, or this is what happened. I think that is better than bottling things up inside. And this is just the way life is. We cannot expect interactions to have no disappointment. And the bottom line, at the end of the day, I think we need to practice acceptance in whatever we're doing in our life, especially when we encounter these kinds of things, because we just need to accept that we cannot change others, and that knowing that people will say and do things that set us off, but we have to remind ourselves that that's just the way life is, and it's not your fault that you are feeling that way, or you're not good enough, or it's just maybe they're going through something too. So I think practice of acceptance is important.
I will call upon your name. Keep my eyes above the waves. My soul will rest in your embrace.